Gambia.
Thank you very much. Honorable members will recall that the motion for the confirmation
by the Honorable Keba Kebaro, member of the committee.
That the motion for the confirmation of the appointment of Mr. Bakary Sanyang as Ombudsman was tabled by Her Excellency the Vice President on Monday, the 6th of April, 2020. This second nomination was made by His Excellency the President after the rejection of the earlier nominee in December 2019 by the National Assembly. Section 1641 of the 1997 Constitution limits the National Assembly from rejecting the second nominee for Ombudsman, subject to full compliance to the provisions of the Constitution. However, when the motion was tabled, Her Excellency the Vice President informed the Assembly that Mr. Sanyang was still, at the time, serving in public office as Governor of the West Coast region. Section 164(4) of the Constitution, that is the 1997 Constitution, provides that a person shall not be qualified to hold office as Ombudsman or Deputy Ombudsman if he or she is a member of the National Assembly, a minister, or holds any other public office, and the emphasis is mine. This provision disqualified Mr. Sanyang at the time. Based on this statement of the Vice President, Her Excellency, confirming that Mr. Sanyang was serving in public office, the matter was then referred to the Public Appointments Standing Committee for scrutiny and advise the plenary appropriately. I will now invite the Honorable Member for Combo South and member of the said committee, that is the Public Appointments Committee, to table the report of the committee. Thank you. Honorable.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Report of the Public Appointments Committee, Standing Committee on the confirmation of appointment of Mr. Bakary Sanyang as Ombudsman in accordance with Section 1641 of the 1997 Constitution of the Republic of the Gambia. Honorable Speaker, I rise to move for consideration and approval of this August Assembly the report of the Public Appointments Standing Committee on the confirmation of appointment of Mr. Bakary Sanyang as Ombudsman. In accordance with Section 164(1) of the 1997 Constitution, the President is mandated to appoint an Ombudsman in consultation with the Public Service Commission, subject to confirmation by the National Assembly. Honorable Speaker, the motion for the confirmation of appointment of Mr. Bakary Sanyang as Ombudsman, in accordance with the Constitution, was tabled by Her Excellency the Vice President on Monday, 6 April 2020. Honorable Speaker, it was a fact that Mr. Bakary Sanyang is the second nominee by the President for the position of Ombudsman after the rejection of the earlier nominee in December 2019 by the National Assembly. Therefore, the proviso under Section 164(1) of the 1997 Constitution limits the Assembly from rejecting the second nominee for the Ombudsman, subject to full compliance to the provisions of the Constitution. However, the motion tabled by Her Excellency the Vice President confirmed that Mr. Sanyang was still, at the time, serving as, in public office as Governor for West Coast Region. Honorable Speaker, Section 164(4) that a person shall not be qualified to hold office of an Ombudsman or Deputy Ombudsman if he or she is a member of the National Assembly, a minister, or holds any other public office. Based on the above section of the Constitution, the motion to confirm the appointment of Mr. Bakary Sanyang was referred to Public Appointments Standing Committee as per Standing Order 114 for scrutiny and advice. Furthermore, Standing Order 1142 mandates the Public Appointments Standing Committee to consider and advise or report upon all appointments to a public office to be made by the Executive, subject to confirmation of the National Assembly and any other matter connected therewith. Accordingly, the committee met on Thursday, 14th May 2020, to consider and scrutinize the motion as was referred to it by the plenary. The methodology used. The committee thoroughly scrutinized the credentials of Mr. Bakary Sanyang. In reviewing the credentials of Mr. Sanyang, the committee took cognizance of the statutory requirements as provided for under Section 164 of the 1997 Constitution. The committee also note of the handing over notes or letter, reference WA 14/42/0137 of Mr. Bakary Sanyang to confirm that he is no more holding any public office. Resolution. The Public Appointment Standing Committee, A, having regard to the need for persons exercising the functions of Ombudsman to have substantial administrative or professional experience. B, taking note of the motion tabled by Her Excellency the Vice President of the Republic regarding the confirmation of appointment of Mr. Bakary Sanyang. C, whereas Mr. Bakary Sanyang can be confirmed to have ceased to hold any public office as evident in his handing over notes, reference WA 14/42/0137. D, whereas the person appointed Ombudsman should demonstrate utmostly impartiality and neutrality to discharge his or her duty. E, bearing in mind the Ombudsman shall not be subject to the direction or control of any other person or authority. F, taking into account the requirement of the Constitution for the Assembly not to reject the second person nominated for the position of Ombudsman. G, cognizant of Standing Order 1142 of the National Assembly, giving mandate to the Public Appointments Standing Committee to scrutinize and advise upon all appointments to a public office to be made by the Executive. H, guided by the relevant provisions of the Constitution and after a thorough review of Mr. Sanyang's CV, do here resolve to advise the Assembly to confirm the appointment of Mr. Bakary Sanyang as Ombudsman. Accordingly, the committee, as mandated by the standing orders, hereby submit this report. Honorable Speaker, I beg to move.
Any seconder? Yes, Honorable Member for Jimara.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. I rise to second the motion, and I think that Mr. Sanyang will fulfill the trust and confidence Gambians have on him. Thank you very much.
Now put the question. It has been moved and seconded that this Honorable Assembly do consider the report of the Public Appointments Standing Committee to confirm the appointment of Mr. Bakary Sanyang as Ombudsman in accordance with Section 164(1) of the 1997 Constitution of the Republic of the Gambia. Those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those not in favor, please say no. So the ayes have it. Now, any honorable member who wishes to take part in the debate may do so by raising hands. You know what? There's no need to debate. Well, these are procedural matters that we have to follow.
We want the Vice President to say a few words as a mover.
Well, you will, as I said, you will all recall that it was tabled by the Honorable Her Excellency, the Vice President. So we will allow her to make a few short remarks, Your Excellency. Thank you.
Honorable Speaker of the National Assembly, Honorable National Assembly members, all other protocols respectfully observed, I wish to, on behalf of His Excellency President Barrow, to express appreciation for making this decision today to endorse the appointment of Mr. Bakary Sanyang to the office of Ombudsman. I want to say thank you for the fact that everything that was done here was to ensure that we move procedures make sure that procedures are followed. Of course, to err is human. And whatever shortcomings that might have resulted in us reaching up to this stage is not intended. But as we move and as we are evolving as a new democracy in which we want to follow procedures, we must be patient. We must be ready to engage constructively. And it was a very constructive engagement. You can be assured of His Excellency Adama Barrow's government of still emphasizing and strengthening the democracy that we all agreed to move with, the rule of law, and to work in a transparent and professional manner in order to move this country forward. On that note, I want to say thank you for all the efforts that were done, and I want to say, please forgive us in this month of Ramadan that we are together, that God will bless this appointment, and also it will be in the best interest of the country. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. May I now put the question on the report? Be it resolved that this Honorable Assembly do adopt the report of the Public Appointments Standing Committee confirming the appointment, to confirm the appointment of Mr. Bakary Sanyang as Ombudsman in accordance with Section 164, subsection 1 of the 1997 Constitution of the Republic of the Gambia. Those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those not in favor, please say no. So the ayes have it. Now on the motion that was earlier tabled, be it resolved that this Honorable Assembly do confirm the appointment of Mr. Bakary Sanyang as Ombudsman in accordance with Section 164(1) of the 1997 Constitution of the Republic of the Gambia. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. So the ayes have it. Thank you very much, Your Excellency, and thank you very much, honorable members. So you can now. Clerk, can we proceed with the next item?